Those are 3 things I wish I knew before my black belt. How to counter the sidekick or cut kick, how to master my footwork like Koreans, and when to perform a hook kick. Nice to meet you and Taekwondo analysis, and I love to share my fight analysis on YouTube. In this video I'm going to analyze a fight between Sinden and Gino. Thanks to those 2 great fighters we are going to learn some standing strategies and techniques. I found some great kicks like I told you in this fight. The first one is the dodge and kick strategy. The second is how an outer kick technique allowed Sinden to score 8 points in this match, and how, combined with an hook kick, he was able to come back around. So, if you want to improve your Taekwondo skills, I advise you to watch the full video, and don't forget to click the like button to help me spread this video if you want to support this channel. Enjoy! This blue starts with an aggressive side kick. It was really good because it didn't allow the red to counter. So, watch what is going to do the red. He backstep. Tried to counter with probably an axe kick, but the blue continued the action, so he didn't stop, and the red was forced to counter with a roundhouse back kick. So watch this action. This is a common strategy against a player that wants to attack. You want to backstep, so you slide back, and you can use an high kick or just you can aim for a roundhouse kick. This is really the common pattern that every Korean uses. I watched also in the previous video. This is a common pattern that we can learn because it's effective. So he starts an axe kick, and he countered this axe kick with the front roundhouse kick, so it was counted as a kick, but watching the reality, this was just a block. So he blocked the opponent leg with this leg. Probably years ago you could also block the opponent leg. Again, you stop the opponent leg and continue the action. So we can watch also this Sinden strategy. In this case, Sinden decided to attack because if I'm strong, he plays around the attacking strategy because he thinks that it is easier to win by attacking the opponent. So probably have more kick than the red in this match. You can watch how he plays when you are a little bit far from your opponent. So watch here. So he's not in his range, he needs to close the distance first, so slide in and use a hook kick. That action was really fast for the blue, so the red wasn't able to counter. And we have also a common pattern from this red. Every time that blue lift the leg, let's watch this again, he block not the foot like the calf and attack with the punch. Of course you can't grab the opponent leg, you can just stop it now, you can't grab it, so you can stop the leg. Remember to not stop the foot or you're going to destroy your fingers, so block the leg, block the knee, and then score your punch. We can watch that they built a little tension here. The blue used like a little feint, then the red, if I'm not wrong, used also a feint and start with a really fast side kick to the blue. Wasn't able to score. And we can watch the red mistake here. So the blue was ready to block the red. He started with another side kick, or better roundhouse kick, he fake, but the goal was to attack the red armor, not to score, but to strike his blow to the red armor. So now they are both out of the range, they can't reach, so the red closed the distance with a side kick, and the blue cancelled the side kick and tried to score with an high kick because they were close, but the referee stopped the action. The red closed the distance with a side kick and closed with a roundhouse kick. There were too many kicks here, so the blue responded with an high kick, an axe kick, then continued the action with multiple kicks to the armor, and also the red was just a duel there, so we can't watch any sort of strategy. They just strike their blow as much as they can, but the red was able to take out more points. Of course, when you are too close, you are going to strike multiple times or the opponent can take 3 points, so you have to respond to the opponent. You have to counter your opponent kicks, or kick at least the same amount of times. We can watch a beautiful kick from the blue. So the blue closed the distance with the side kick. The red was going to strike a punch probably, but the blue built a little distance by pushing his hip out. Maybe let's slow. And with this back leg, he struck an outer kick and was able to take out 2 points. Really not a beautiful kick to watch, but an effective kick that works. We can watch a nice feint from the red. So he faked a side kick, he kept the leg in midair and strike under the opponent arm. So I can tell you some theory about this type of kick. You can watch multiple times, and I'm going to tell you something now. There are a bit of things that the players, fighters study, is that if your opponent block your leg but his arm is over your leg, so you block your arm over your leg, and this is the opponent arm, you can easily score under his arm. So your goal is to score under his arm. If your opponent block your leg but give you the space to hit his face, so you cover all his armor, you have to aim for his head. So this is an easy concept, it's nothing in the way that I'm going to tell you, but I see watch too many players that does not apply this rule, and when the opponent has an high arm, they are going to play anyway for the head, but this is the way to cover your opponent's head, so it's not easy to score on the head if your opponent covers his head, and in the same way, if your opponent covers his armor, you can't score for the armor, you have to go for the head. So again, the round 2 starts with an aggressive Sinden, because his playstyle is a lot aggressive. If you like to attack a lot, I advise you to watch Sinden. If you like to play with the counter and the defensive style, I advise you to watch Korean fight. So this Korean block a lot of kicks, close the distance, and try to score with the roundhouse kick. So rewatch this action. So the red attack in the first instance. Oh, and there's these weird kicks that sometimes score, sometimes not. The red close the distance and try to score the opponent side. There is also another Taekwondo rule that we can use, is that we want to fight on the opponent's side. We want to score on the opponent's side of your opponent leg. Of course, if we try to hit this side of the opponent, we have a collision between our legs. So the best way to score is to change the side. So if your opponent lifts his left leg, we are going to strike with your left leg. In this way, there is like a circle where you have a chance to score on the opponent's side, but your opponent, because you defend with your arm, is not going to cover. So the red lost his balance. He tried to score the sidekick, lost his balance, was really close to strike an head kick. Ooh, 3 points for the blue. Let's rewatch this action. So the blue entered the action with this, not a sidekick, but more a hook kick. The red didn't counter it, just tried to cancel. Start with the sidekick, and he used a hook kick as a defense, and then evolve it in an axis. So another way to counter a sidekick is starting with a hook kick. You have to go a little bit lower, so you let the opponent enter, and then you attack. You can do easily this kick every time that your opponent has a weak sidekick. When he has a strong kick, of course, he's going to push you, so it's not really a good idea. But against a weak sidekick, that's really a perfect way to score the opponent. Oh, other 3 points. So he tried to recover when he unbalanced the blue, but was able to score, and he lost 3 points in the same way. So he didn't respect the blue sidekick, so he started a sidekick, and in the same way the blue was able to take out other 3 points, but in this time the red was able to dodge the first one, and the blue come back with the reverse kick. Now the gap is huge, recover several points is not that easy. You can come back with the spinning kick, also with high kicks, but you need to score 2 head kicks, it's not that easy. Let's watch how this blue then defend his lead. Ooh, weird points here. This match is really beautiful to watch. So the action here tried turn and was able to take out a roundhouse kick. The red just tried to use multiple ticks because the blue lost his balance, but wasn't able to score. So now probably he's going to lose this second round. 40 seconds left. Now the blue closed the distance, so let the red expose himself and was able to close the distance against the red. It seems he's trying to save some resources for the next round. Now they built a little bit of tension, so probably they're not going to strike, or maybe one is going to strike strong blow. There was a weak kick, but nothing really weird. So this action is beautiful. The red step spinning hook kick was really close, and was like another aggressive counter, another aggressive response from the red. The counter spinning back kick. Remember that every time that your opponent starts with a back kick, with a roundhouse back kick, you have to counter with your spinning back kick. That's the basic Taekwondo rules, because it's the easiest way to score this kick. Natural counter of the roundhouse back kick. Okay, so train a lot on counter the roundhouse kick with a spinning back kick. I can feel the nerves in this last round because both are 1-1, so they do not want to lose the place. So the blue start was able to take out the sidekick, but of course it's not easy to score, and also I think the red had some space to counter this sidekick. Yeah, it was really a good sidekick. He was able also to find a spot, so he aimed for the inner side of the armor, so it was really a good sidekick from the blue. I didn't allow him to step out from that position, sidestep from that position. The only thing that he could do was a backstep. Ooh, there was a double roundhouse kick and both scored. So the red counter with the roundhouse and again the blue counter the roundhouse with the noob kick and was able to take out other 3 points. Backstep from the red and close the distance, so he's playing a bit defensively, he's trying to understand how to counter, how to respond to the blue. That was a beautiful way to counter, but is a bit illegal. So when your opponent uses sidekick, you can stop it and take out the roundhouse kick. This is a common combo. You wait, attack with a punch, and if you can also strike a sidekick or roundhouse kick to the head or whatever. I don't know, I think the red is not in the best shape in this last round, because we can watch this action and use multiple sidekick, but wasn't able to do anything really useful there. So he tried to score, or maybe just the blue is in a better shape, so was able to the red start multiple sidekick, one sidekick, the blue backstep again, and counter with the front roundhouse kick, was close to score, and used another beautiful outer kick to score on the opponent armor. So he was able to land 3 of these outer kick on the opponent armor, and we can watch how much this kick is really able in a fight, because you can surprise your opponent, and it's really a good kick against high level, good in lower level when you close much more the distance. So you will have multiple chances to score this kick, and not only sometimes. And again, they both clinched, so there was a clinch action. The red used the sidekick, they both clinch, and they both use a roundhouse kick to score 2 points. Again, it seems the red strategy now is to close the distance, so use the sidekick to close the distance and score in clinch. He does not want to fight from the distance. 40 seconds left, probably now the blue is forcing a defense strategy, because now has a lead, so 6 points lead. The red sidekick, and the counter with an axe kick, with a front axe kick, wasn't enough good, and the red scored with an outer kick, so he responded with the same strategy against the blue. Watch here, that's a beautiful action. He closed the distance and scored with the same kick. The blue tried hard to take out multiple points, but wasn't able to deal enough. The red come back, so this strategy worked. So he closed the distance with the sidekick. This is a way to win a match. So you close the distance with your sidekick, then with your hand make a little bit of space, and he struck multiple times, 1, 2, 3 kicks, and he was able to score 2 kicks on 3. Now he covered the gap, so he come back from the match. Now the blue seems to have more energies, and he take out more kicks here. So 1 punch, 2, 3, 4 kicks, 5, 6 kick in an action. So he was able to take out 6 kick in a clinch, and of course on 6 kicks he was able to land 1. That was enough to get 2 points on the opponent. Also the red got a gum jump, 3 seconds left, and then removed those 2 points. Now there is again a draw, and the blue won, I think because he landed more points than gun jump probably. So if you want to improve your taekwondo skills with me, I advise you to watch another video in the center of the screen.